Disclaimer: this is an imaginary story. Please don't relate it with any idol or any other person. It's nothing related to anyone's life. It's pure work of fiction. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental. Whatever pics are shown in this story, they all have been taken from Google and Pinterest. The credit for them goes to their real owner. Storyline and voice are mine, so please don't copy that. In a city that never slept, where people came to lose themselves in the music and forget their scars. A boy was standing at the live music corner with guitar and singing beautifully. His voice was calming and soothing. Everyone was enjoying. Some were drinking, so some were doing the meeting. Men came there. King, sorry for waiting you. Actually, the Yungi, while closing his eyes. It's okay, sit. Men, shocked. I'm really sorry, King. Yungi, I said sit. Men was too shocked to see Yungi's this behavior. Men Yungi, the ruthless mafia king who hated to wait and could kill anyone for indiscipline, sitting calmly and enjoying the music. He didn't shout, didn't even look at the men, which made men more shocked and scared. He sat on the couch waiting for Yungi to open his eyes and say something. Yungi finally opened his eyes. Whose idea was it to have a meeting here? Men, scared. My secretary. What happened, King? Didn't you like the place? We can meeting somewhere else. Here is so noise. Stood up. Yungi, no, sit down. We will have meeting here. Your secretary has such a good taste. I love this place with live music. Say thanks to your secretary. Men, more shocked to hear thanks. Okay, King. Shall we start the meeting? Yungi, Yungi and men were doing meeting. They were drinking and enjoying the music. Chips were untouched on the plate. Yungi raised his hand to grab some chips, but soon some chips were stolen by the cute little boy who was roaming here and there while holding the chips in his one hand and eating by other hand. Yungi in mind, people is scared to stand in front of me, and here this little boy stole my chips and eating. Men, hey cat. Yungi, shh, let him eat the chips. During the whole meeting, that little boy came to Yungi's table and stole the chips and left. He again came back once his chips finished. He didn't disturb anyone, he only came to eat chips. Yungi was observing him but didn't say anything. First time he smiled a little to see the cute messy face of little boy. He was Cookie, the live singer, Park Jimin's 3-year-old son who stayed with him. Everyone knew him except Yungi because he came here for the first time. Time skipped after few days. Few days passed. This place became Yungi's favorite place. He started coming here daily. It didn't matter he had any meeting or not. He came here just to listen Jimin's music. He fell for Jimin's voice. He always ordered chips but never ate. He ordered chips for Cookie. Cookie always ate the chips. He was comfortable with Yungi. He checked to other table but there he couldn't find anything to eat. Only on Jungi's table he found something to eat. Jungi always do meeting there. Now all the staff recognized him. Jimin came there with Cookie. Cookie was safe here. Jimin was tension free. He set up his guitar and started singing. Jungi was busy in very important weapon deal. Waiter knew his orders, so they never disturbed him. They always brought his order. Today too they brought the orders and left. Jungi was drinking and busy in meeting. He didn't realize today there was no chips. Jungi, you got what I asked for? Dealer, yes, king. Slide the double bag on the table. Your order, custom slides, clean barrel, straight from the dogs this morning. Jungi unzipped the bag, eyes the weapon briefly. Looks pretty. Pretty won't shoot straight though. Dealer, these will Russian steel, American silence. I brought all the sample. You can check them. Jungi leaning back, watching them. You sound like a salesman. I don't like salesmen. I like results. Dealer, I know King's choice and taste very well. You can test them. I don't have any problem. Your satisfaction matters the most. Jungi tapped the table twice. A man nodded and walked out. You will get your money when my guys test it twice. If they sing, everyone is happy. If they don't, dealer, you don't need to finish this sentence. King, I can't afford to sell bad toys weapon to the king. Jungi smirked. Good. Means you have done your homework well. Dealer, I have to do. After all, king can't accept any mistake. They both were talking in code language because they were in public. Conversation was cold, sharp, and minimum words. Cookie happily came there to steal the chips, but tonight was different. Something was missing. Cookie's chips. He looked at the table, inspected Jungi and dealer, looked under the table too, but chips weren't there. Jungi looked at him with side eyes but didn't see anything. When Cookie didn't find his chips, he finally spoke for the first time. Cookie looked at Jungi with questionable eyes. No chips? Jungi stopped talking and looked at Cookie. What? Cookie, you ate chips? Looked at Jungi with cute angry pout like he paid the bills of chips. Jungi looked at the table, then called the waiter. Waiter! Waiter, yes sir. How may I help you? Jungi, where is chips? Waiter, nervously. Sir, I'm sorry. The shipment for snacks got delayed. We don't have chips tonight. Jungi, none. Waiter, not a single packet. Sir, I'm extremely sorry. Jungi, oh, okay. Cookie, no chips today? Cookie looked at Jungi with sad pout and left. The Mafia King, who was never affected by anything, couldn't see the sad face of Cookie. Didn't know why, but Cookie's sad pout was piercing his heartless heart. He felt a strange pang in his chest. He never felt something like this before. He stood up. Dealer, King, where are you going? Deal hasn't been finished yet. Jungi, deal can wait but chips can't. Left. Dealer, what happened to King? Just for a bag of chips, he left the very important meeting in middle. Yungi left and soon came back with a bag of chips. He was searching Cookie, who was roaming here and there with sad pout. Yungi, where is chips? Dealer, it's in your hand, king. Yungi, I'm not talking about this bag of chips. Dealer, then Yungi, that little boy who was standing here and asking for chips, where is he? Dealer, oh, that boy, I saw him walking downstairs. Yungi looked down through railing and found Cookie there. Chips! Chips! Cookie looked here and there. Chips! Look up! Showed him the bag of chips. Come! Yungi didn't know Cookie's name. Cookie never talked with him. He only came to take chips. So Yungi called him as Chips. Cookie saw the bag of chips and his eyes lightened up. He happily came to Yungi. Yungi poured the chips on the plate. Today, Cookie didn't steal the chips. He climbed on the couch and sat beside Yungi. He was scared to lose his chips again. He was eating the chips soundly, and Yungi was dealing with Dealer. Time to time, he checked Cookie, whose mouth was filled with chips. Few minutes ago, he was sadly pouting, but now his face was lightened up with the favorite chips. Once he had finished all the chips, his hands and mouth were filled with chips pieces and salt. Yungi passed him napkin while meeting, but instead of taking napkin, he pulled Yungi's long coat and wiped his face and hands, which nobody could touch. He jumped down and happily ran from there. Yungi saw his coat, then Cookie's smile. Unknowingly, he smiled too. Dealer was so shocked and confused to see Yungi's this behavior. He could never ever imagine in his worst nightmare that Min Yungi could smile even after his coat got ruined. Jimin, while packing his guitar, it was fun. Manager gave Jimin his weekly salary. Jimin, this is for you. Jimin smiled. You always on time. Took the envelope. Thank you so much. Manager, what thank you? First check the amount. Jimin, there is no need to count. You always give me correct amount. I trust you. Manager, it's not about trust, Jimin. Always count the amount before giving or taking it from others. Now don't just stand and count it fast. Jimin, fine, started counting and found amount was more than his salary. Manager name, you are teaching me accounts but you did the mistake. Manager, what mistake? Jimin, you gave me more amount. It's double of my salary. Return the extra amount. Manager, I didn't make mistake. It's your salary. We raised your salary and doubled it. Jimin, what? But why? Manager, because of your music, this bar again started earning well. You and Cookie are our lucky charms. Keep it. Jimin, seriously, there is no need. You think this much for me, that's enough. Manager, it needed. You aren't alone, Jimin. Cookie is with you. He is growing. You have to save money for him. Soon he will start going to school. So keep it. I'm not doing any charity. It's your rights. Jimin, thank you so much. Cookie ran to him. Mama! Jimin smiled. Stop running, Cookie. See, manager uncle raised Mama's salary. Now Cookie can get Nana milk. Cookie raised his hand in air. Yay! Thank you, manager uncle. Manager gently pinched Cookie's cheeks. Most welcome. Jimin, don't go from front side. Go from back side. My driver will drop you at your home. Jimin, no thanks. We will go by ourselves. Manager, no, go with driver. Jimin, but why? Is there any problem? Manager, no, there is no problem. Actually, a big mafia deal is going on. So, for you and Cookie's safety, I am sending you to buy my car. Jimin, scared. Mafia? Manager, relax. You don't need to scare. There is nothing to worry. Everything is under control. Come with me. Jimin picked Cookie in his arms. Thank you. Time skipped after few days. Few days passed. Yoongi became the regular customer of the bar. Cookie became Yoongi's partner. He always sat with him and ate the chips without disturbing Yoongi. They never talked but comfortable with each other. Jimin knew Yoongi was mafia, but he didn't know. Cookie sat with him. Jimin was as usually singing. Yoongi was busy in meeting while waiting for Cookie to comfort chips. Cookie came there and Yoongi smiled to see him. He shifted a little to make space for Cookie, but for his surprise, Cookie climbed on his lap and lay down. He saw Cookie was shivering hard. His face was red. Yoongi checked Cookie and found him burning in fever. He immediately removed his long coat and wrapped Cookie in it. He left his important meeting in middle and went to hospital as soon as possible. Yoongi's men and other person who came for meeting were shocked to see Yoongi this side. They were waiting for Yoongi. After 15 minutes, Yoongi came back with sleepy Cookie. He sat on the couch, placed Cookie on his lap, and covered him with his long coat. Cookie was sleeping peacefully because of injection effect. Yoongi was doing his meeting, not knowing Jimin and whole staff were searching Cookie in the whole bar. Jimin, while crying, Cookie, 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 where are you, baby? Cookie. Manager, Jimin, control yourself. Cookie must be here. Where did he go? We will find him, don't worry. Jimin, what if anything happened to him? Manager, don't talk like this. Jimin, I want my son back. Manager, everyone is searching him. Don't worry, we will find him soon. Let's go to private floor and check him there. He may be went there. Jimin, private floor? Wiped his tears. Oh yeah, we didn't check him there. With that, they both came to private floor, which was reserved for only private and confidential meetings. They were searching Cookie there. Jimin saw Yoongi, who was having meeting with cold and scary face. He got scared. He didn't want to go there, but he had no choice. He had to go there. He went to him with trembled legs, slowly peeked without disturbing Yoongi. He was going back but saw Cookie's right shoe, which was peeking through Yoongi's long coat. He went to Yoongi, threw his long coat from his lap. He found Cookie was laying lifelessly on Yoongi's lap. He picked Cookie in his arms and patted his cheeks, but Cookie didn't open his eyes, which made him more scared. Jimin, Cookie, patted his cheeks. Cookie! Yoongi, listen, cut off. Jimin slapped Yoongi and grabbed his collar. How dare you to kidnap my son? What did you do with him? Why isn't he opening his eyes? Yoongi was mad. Seeing Cookie's lifeless body, he got more panicked. Yoongi's men pointed guns on Jimin's forehead. Jimin hugged Cookie tightly. Jungi to his men, put your guns down. Go from here. Men, but king, Jungi, I said go. His men left while glaring Jimin. Relax, they left. Nothing will happen to you. Placed his hand on Jimin's shoulder. Jimin yanked his hand. Don't you dare to touch me. What do you do to my son? How dare you to think you can kidnap my son by scaring me? Before hurting him, you have to face me. Jungi, he's only sleeping. I didn't hurt him. Jimin, don't lie. I know people like you very well. People like you can hurt anyone for their own benefit. You are a cheap, selfish, heartless, and coward man. Ran from there. Jungi was just standing there looking at Jimin. He wasn't mad. Min Jungi, the most feared mafia, in front of whom nobody dared to stand, but Jimin slapped him. He didn't give him any chance to explain himself. He just accused him and left. But the thing to shock was that Jungi wasn't mad. He was concerned for Cookie, who wasn't well. Time skipped after a week. A week passed. Jungi came daily to the bar and waited for Jimin and Cookie, but they didn't come to the bar. Jungi was concerned for Cookie. He took Jimin's address from manager and came to Jimin's house, but found it was locked. He saw Cookie's shadow on the window. He picked the small pebble and threw near the window on the wall. Jungi, Chips, 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 open the window, Chips, Chips. Hearing Jungi's voice, Cookie ran to window and slowly peeked through there. He smiled to see Jungi and slid the window door. Cookie, you here? Achoo, achoo, achoo. Fell on the floor. Jungi, Chips, where are you? Are you alright? Cookie again stood up. Cookie, fine, cutely sniffed. Jungi took out the chain of big bag of chips and showed to him. Chips, see, I brought chips for you. Cookie eyes shined to see the chips. Chips! Jungi, yes, chips, open the door. Cookie, Cookie, no door open. Mama scolded Cookie. Jungi, I will talk with your mama. Now open the door. Cookie, Cookie, no open door. Mama go lock Cookie. Jungi, oh, looked at the pipe. Go back, I'm coming. Cookie went back and Jungi climbed through the pipe and went inside the house. Cookie got cold. He kept sneezing and falling on the floor. Jungi smiled and prepared the soup for him. Cookie was looking at the bag of chips which Jungi brought for him but put it in upper shelf. Cookie, Cookie, want chips, no soup. Jungi, listen, Chips. If you want chips, then you have to finish the soup fast. You said you were hungry. Cookie, yes, Cookie, hungry. Soup, no tasty. Cookie, tasty chips only. Jungi, without try, how can you say that the soup isn't tasty? Cookie, Cookie, no. Mama, soup. Cookie, soup, not tasty. Chips, tasty. Jungi placed Cookie on his lap. Maybe your mama isn't good. I'm good. Place the spoonful soup in front of Cookie's lips. Taste it. If you don't like, then don't eat. Cookie, Oti, eat the soup. Jungi, what happened, Chips? Do you like it? Cookie, licked his lips. It's so tasty. Yungi, I told you, now finish it fast, then you will get your bag of chips. Yungi was feeding Cookie soup. Jimin unlocked the door and came inside with medicine and some vegetables. He got shocked to see Cookie with Yungi. He placed the bags on the floor and went to them. Jimin, you? What are you doing here? When door was locked from outside, how did you come inside? Looked at the bowl of soup. What's this? What are you feeding my son? Widened his eyes. You are trying to poison my son? Yungi looked at Jimin. Has your mental balance been disturbed since childhood, or have you just contacted with disease? Jimin, shut up. Give me back my son. Yungi, I didn't force him. He is sitting on my lap by his own free will. Jimin, you again started lying. I know you very well. You couldn't kidnap him that day. That's why you found him alone at home today. You came to kidnap him. Yungi, give him the bowl. You need some poison too. Jimin, you want to feed me poison so that I die and you easily take my son away from me? Yungi, oh, you understood my foolproof plan. Now what will I do? Pulled Jimin's hand and forcefully fed him soup. Jimin gulped the soup. Ah! What are you doing? Yungi, are you still alive or I am talking with your ghost? What happened? See, it's normal soup which usually gave in cold. You left Chips alone in the house and locked the door from outside. How can you do this? He's so small. What if anything happened to him then? Jimin, when I left Chips was sleeping, I only went to bring medicine for him. Wait a minute, who is Chips? Yungi placed his hand on Cookie's head. He is Chips. Jimin, his name is Cookie. How dare you to call my son Chips? Yungi, I didn't know his name. He always stole my chips from my table, so I called him Chips. By the way, chips sound better than Cookie. Jimin, so now you will tell me what name I should give to my son? Yungi, of course I would tell you if you can't give him nice name. Jimin, don't forget you are in my house. Yungi, that's true. It's your house. Looked at Cookie, who was sitting on his lap, and tried to open the bag of chips. Chips, can you go somewhere else? I want to talk with your mama. Cookie stood up and showed him bag of chips. Chips! Yungi opened the bag of chips and gave to him. Go and eat. Cookie, Oti! Chips tasty tasty. Left. Jimin, no! Don't give him junk food. He isn't well. Yungi, nothing will happen by few chips. Jimin, Cookie, come back. I don't want to talk with cheap, heartless mafia. Yungi grabbed Jimin's hand and pulled him beside himself. Sit here. Look, Chips is sitting there and eating chips. Jimin yanked his hand. Don't you dare to touch me. Yungi, okay, I won't touch you. But why do you hate me this much? What did I do to you? Yes, I'm mafia, but I didn't hurt you or any innocent person. This much hatred, but why? Jimin, you want to listen the truth? Then listen. Cookie's real parents were killed in a fight between two mafias. In their egos, they killed so many innocent people. Cookie's parents were in them too. I hate mafias. Yungi, Chip's real parents? That means he isn't your son? Jimin, no. 2.5 years ago, I went other country to attend a singing competition in which hotel I stayed. Cookie's parents were there too. I saw Cookie and couldn't resist myself to play with him. I asked Cookie's mom and she gave him to me. I was playing with Cookie and showing him my guitar. Suddenly, their firing had started. Everyone was running here and there. It was a fight between two mafias, but they came in that hotel. I hid in cabinet with Cookie. Both the mafias killed all the people. Not a single person was alive. I saw them killing people, Cookie's parents. I stuffed the cloth in Cookie's mouth to stop his crying. Somehow I saved him. But he became orphan. I tried hard to find his family but couldn't get, so I decided to raise him as my own son. You mafias are cheap, selfish and heartless. You all are same. I hate you. You are the murderer of innocent people. I don't want you to stay around me. And Cookie wiped his tears. I told you the truth. Now get lost from here. Let us live peacefully. Yungi, whatever had happened was wrong. I can't change that, but it wasn't my fault. Why are you blaming me? Jimin, because you are a mafia too. You belong the same community. Yungi, what's this logic? How can you punish everyone for the mistake which was done by a person? I know it's hard to trust mafias. Mafias are cruel and merciless, but it doesn't mean all are same. I'm not like other mafias. I never hurt any innocent person. At that day too, you slapped me without listening me. I didn't kidnap Chips. He himself came to me and lay on my lap. He was burning in fever. I took him in hospital and brought him back. He was sleeping because of injection. I tried to tell you, but you were so mad. You didn't listen me. If I was a bad person, I wouldn't let you go after you slapped me. By now, you might have lost your hand for slapping me. If I want to hurt Chips, then nobody could stop me. I wouldn't cook soup for Chips. Look at Chips, how cutely he is eating. Chips, do you think he would come to me if I try to hurt him? Kids easily identify the real and fake person. You can't paint everyone from same brush. All five fingers aren't same. If they became equal, we won't be able to move them for functioning them properly. They shouldn't be equal. I'm not saying I'm the best person. No, I'm not. I'm not saying you should trust me, but you can blindly trust me that I would never harm you, Chips, or any innocent person. I like your voice. It calms my mind. It provides me peace. I like when Chips is around me. I feel positivity. I'm happy with him. I don't have a family. I just want Chips around me. I only want to do friendship with you. I will never break your trust. Just friendship, nothing else. Raised his hand. Will you be my friend? Jimin thought for a few seconds, but only friendship. Shook his head. Yungi, sure, I will never break your trust. Cookie ran to them. Chips, finish. Yungi, Chips, your mama friendship with me. Will you be my friend? Cookie, Chips. Yungi showed him another bag of chips. Chips. Jimin snatched the bag of chips from his hand. No more junk food. One bag of chips was enough for you. Yungi, don't be sad. Gave him another packet of chips. Chips for chips. Cookie took the bag of chips. Yay! Ran from there. Jimin ran behind him. Cookie, no more chips. Ash, this boy. Cookie. Cookie was running and Jimin was chasing him. Yungi was laughing while watching them. Not every relation ends with love. Some starts from friendship too. Friendship is the foundation of a love. Sometimes the people we fear the most are the ones fate chooses to protect us. Love doesn't always arrive with soft words. Sometimes it comes quietly through actions and care. A heart once hardened by pain can still find warmth in innocence and trust. When love touches even the coldest soul, it teaches that family means togetherness. The end. Author's note. That's it for today. I hope you all liked it. It was the requested story for one shot. I hope I didn't disappoint you. It's the festive season, so videos are late. Bear it little more because festivals can't wait. We have to enjoy them. How was our cute chips thief? Kids are really so innocent. They make their place in people's heart by their cuteness. Nobody can resist them by their charms. Never judge the book by its cover and never paint everyone by same brush. These two props are fit in this story. Both Yunmin were happy in their life, but fate chooses them to stay together. And for this work, it chooses cooking. Not every relationship ends with love, some starts from friendship too. I hope you all enjoyed it. We will meet soon with new story. Till then, take care of yourself. Love you all. If you like this story, then please do like, subscribe, share, and comment. I assure you that you will never gonna regret on your decision. Thanks for watching.